Right now, I want to talk a little bit about the struggle for Palestinian liberation and why we as working class people should support and work with the Palestinian people for their liberation. First, just to give a little background, Palestine has been under occupation by Israel since 1948, and even before then, Palestine has went through, the people of Palestine have went through a whole lot to have their sovereignty. And Palestine is a beautiful country with beautiful people, and then they're living under constant occupation in Israeli apartheid. Reza, or Gaza, as some people may know it as, Reza is one of the largest open air prisons and is totally controlled by Israel, as with everything in Palestine is totally controlled by Israel. They have different. Israel has different settlements set up, and the people of Palestine are really, really fighting hard against the oppression of Israel. And Reza, like I said, the largest open air prison, Israel controls light, water, food, everything. So just imagine your lights getting cut off and you can't go to your local electric company and just get them turned back on like that. Or like, oh, okay, my lights got cut off. Let me wait till payday to get them cut back on. That's horrible enough in it on its own, but just the fact that they cannot even go anywhere and get them cut on, it is totally up to Israel when they want to turn electricity on, when they want these people to have water, when they can go to school, things of that nature. They even have allotted them only 6 nautical miles to fish. If you know anything about the geography of Palestine, Reza is a coastal area. You know, they're coastal, so they have 6 nautical miles allowed to them to fish. 6 nautical miles equates about 4 miles, just 4 regular miles. So just think about how small that area is to go fishing. And anyone who's a fisherman knows that the farther out you go, the more you'll catch, the farther away from the shore you go. So they're only allotted 4 miles. That already limits how much they're able to intake. And even when they are fishing within those miles, Israel is on the outskirts and are murdering them. Even if they're within the 6 nautical miles, they're still being murdered just for being Palestinian. It is the worst possible case of racism and genocide that's going on right now on the ground. Children are being shot in the head. If you know about Ahmed Taimi, her you know, brother was shot. Family members have been shot with rubber bullets. All these things are happening to these people for only existing for being Palestinian. And the thing that we need to realize is these conditions are horrible and these are not livable conditions for anyone. And this is occupation. This is not some peaceful thing going on. This is an occupation. This is apartheid. These people are being murdered just for being Palestinian. They're being imprisoned in horrible conditions. They call it administrative detention, where they just basically are getting arrested for being Palestinian. It, it's disgusting and it's terrible. And it is our obligation as socialists, as communists, as the working class in general. It is our obligation to stand with them and uplift their voices and help them fight against this apartheid that's going on, this occupation. These these people are struggling and they need attention brought to this issue. A lot of people don't even know where Palestine is. They don't know anything about Palestine because Israel has such amazing propaganda and such done unfortunately such a good job of trying to erase the Palestinian identity and culture out of what is called Israel, which is Palestine. A lot of people don't know. So it's our job as working class people to educate, to uplift, and to do whatever we can, whether it be going to learn more about Palestine, doing any type of thing to raise awareness and let people know. The US funds Israeli apartheid. That's something you need to remember. The West is complicit. U.S. is funding this apartheid. They are funding genocide. And as we all know, the U.S. has funded many genocides across the world. The U.S. blood is on the hands of the U.S. for so many different things. They are funded. Over $69 billion goes to Palestine. Republicans, Democrat, I don't care who they are. They are funding this apartheid. They go hand in hand. This blood is on their hands. They know what's going on. They do not care. These people are just in the way of a money making. Another thing we need to realize is how closely tied Israeli apartheid is with the conditions of black and brown people in the United States, the working class. The same gas canisters and the same weapons used against those protesters, those peaceful protesters in Ferguson, are the same ones that are used in Israel against Palestinians. Those are the same things that are used against the people of Palestine. They are working hand in hand. The Deadly Exchange, the Israel Defense Force, they train American police officers. They're showing them how to murder them, how to racially profile. They're teaching them how to use these weapons. They're exchanging weapons. They're exchanging tactics. This is not just an Palestinian issue or a Middle Eastern issue. This is a working class issue. This is an oppressed people's issue. And we should always, always care, and we should always be uplifting their voices. They're exchanging ideas, and they want to kill us. They want to kill the Palestinians, and the Americans, and in America they want to kill the working class, those disenfranchised, the marginalized. The 1% is only concerned with upholding, keeping their money while other people die and suffer. This is genocide in Palestine. This is what's going on, and America is funding it. So, as working class people, it's up to us to have internationalism. We should care about all the poor and oppressed and marginalized working class people across the world. That is our job, and that is what we need to do. That is the only way we're going to liberate each other, is if we actually care enough to try about the Palestinian people's liberation. There will not be liberation for any of the working class if there isn't liberation for all of us. So we really, really, really need to continue to educate ourselves. Look into not media that Fox News or media that's going to give us this Israeli propaganda bullshit. We need to look into Middle Eastern Eye, AJ Plus, Intifada, different things, different news outlets that are giving us the real information of what's going on in Palestine. And it is up to us to get that information out there. It is up to us to uplift these voices and constantly lobby to your representatives in different states to stop funding. Just BDS, boycott, divestment, and sanctions are the first kickstart. It's the one thing that we can do. We can divest from Israel. And how we do that is we stop buying products like Sabra hummus, any products that are made in Israel, any products that come from Israel. Boycott them. Don't buy them. That's a small thing that we can do that can really help. That's not going to be the only thing that's going to get rid of apartheid. It's not the only thing that can help, but that would be such a huge step in getting your states and your colleges and universities and things of that nature, getting them to divest from Israel, hit them in their pockets. That's the only thing the 1% understands. So hit them in their pockets. We as working class people, like I said before, it is our job as revolutionaries. It is our job to make sure that we do our part in ending this Israeli apartheid. Thank you.